Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ace, and as you can already tell, I have another TF2 commentary here for you. Playing as a sniper, rocking of course nothing else but my stock sniper rifle, SMG, and the Tribalman Shiv, which is a weapon I barely use at all as my melee weapon, but I had some spies getting away from me, so I kind of figured if they are bleeding I can track them down, and even if I don't kill them, then I can scare them off, because bleeding tends to do that to them. Now, before we go into this video itself, I of course want to say happy Thanksgiving if you do celebrate it. We in Holland don't really do. I never heard of anyone celebrating Thanksgiving in Holland, or in Europe for that matter. Then again, it's an American holiday, so I guess that kind of explains it. But if you do celebrate it yourself, happy Thanksgiving. And with Thanksgiving comes great sales with Steam, of course, so if you are looking for some cheap games, make sure to check Steam on a regular basis because of all the flash deals and the daily deals, of course. There are some, well, I suppose the deals are pretty neat, but I always fear for the Steam sales because I have a list of games that I never really have played at all ever, but they are still my games that I have in my Steam library that I somehow got by buying a package of games or just buying a game because it seemed fun, but I never really got to play it. Like things like that. You spend a ton of money, but do you really play all those games? I actually don't, so I tend to use my willpower to restrain myself from buying games I most likely will never play. Anyway, without further ado, let's get a little bit back to this commentary itself, because I always say as a sniper that you should be on the move. But this is one of the exceptions to this rule. Like this map, this entire map, if you are pushing the bomb, if you are on the attacking team, this entire map, especially from the first point to the last point, of course, is the entire exception to this rule, because on the high ground on the right you have this little cave opening, and that is just watching over spawn, because there's only really one spawn exit. It's too beautiful to give up that spot as a sniper, especially if the enemy team doesn't have counter snipers, because if they have a good counter sniper, you have a lot more space to walk around, of course, in the open, where you can aim at one specific opening and you always see a sniper there. Where the sniper from my position has to look over the entire field to see if a counter sniper is there. But normally you also see a lot of rockets going in here and a lot of pipes, and it doesn't seem to be that bad right now, which is their fault, because I can then abuse this position as a sniper, watching over their spawn, watching over the last point, and just getting headshot after headshot, or missing headshot after headshot. It kind of depends on, I suppose, my ability to get headshots, or missing them for that sake. It's just that the entire design of this map is relatively flawed because of that one position. Because even if you were not a sniper, if you were a soldier, you can just spam. It's kind of silly. But nonetheless, this is why it's the exception to the rule, because this is the one position that I can justify for myself to abuse as a sniper, and not really care about giving away my position, because they know I'm gonna stand here or on the right side of that high ground or on the left side. It's always going to be one of these things, and if I'm going to stand on the left, I don't really have much of an opening. Otherwise, unless I go too far into the open, which then puts me on the front lines, which is very dangerous as a sniper, especially if there are soldiers and demos, trying to kill you. On the right side, you do have the high ground there, but you can't really retreat. So once they get there, you're pretty much screwed, unless you have to walk through the open field back to here to retreat, which is also very risky. So the safest spot, if there are not really any kind of good counter snipers, is usually the one position that just looks over everything, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is how it is. And why, ignore a good thing for the sake of morality in this case, because if I can get kills like that, why not get kills like that? So that's pretty much that for that. I also want to point out that I've crossed 2 million video views. And I just want to stand still for a second. Or sit still, I suppose. I'm sitting. And just think about 2 million. That's an insane number, isn't it? Am I alone on that? To think that's kind of an bloody insane number? I'm not sure. Like, if you look at other YouTubers, of course, they have like crazier numbers, like 1 billion video views or 100 million video views. They are video views, of course, not the amount of unique viewers or subscribers, though they are the amount of times your videos have been watched by an undefined amount of people. But still, 2 million. I have crossed 2 million video views. That's kind of insane. And it's not a milestone that I want to celebrate, because otherwise I keep celebrating milestones, and I still have to make sure that I do something for the 5k and the 10k, and it kind of gets insane. But I just want to do a quick shout out to all you guys for watching, for sharing, for liking, for favoriting, for feedbacking, if that's even a thing. And just know that I'm thankful for that on Thanksgiving. Cheesy segue, but there you go. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.